It began like any ordinary Friday night. Dinner with a few of her coworkers, plenty of laughter, and a little too much wine. I agreed to come along reluctantly, mainly because she pushed me to. "Come on, it'll be fun," she said that morning, flashing a playful smile. I knew her office crowd well, loud, flirty, and always crossing lines once the drinks started flowing. Still, I went, hoping to show my support. We arrived at the restaurant around 7, and the jokes were already flying. Her friends were tipsy, her boss was trying far too hard to be amusing, and my wife, Emma, seemed to glow under all the attention. At first, I didn't mind. I'd always admired her confidence. But by dessert, I could feel a shift in the air, that familiar tension that creeps in when people forget their boundaries. It happened suddenly, like some cruel twist of fate. One of her friends, a loud guy named Rick, started joking about relationships, comparing exes to current partners. "So, Emma," he laughed, half drunk, "who was better, your husband or that gym guy you used to date?" I expected her to roll her eyes or shut him down. Instead, she smiled, looked straight at me, and said, "Well, let's just say my ex was bigger." The table erupted with laughter. Some people laughed nervously, others looked away. My stomach dropped. Her tone was playful, but her words cut deep. In that moment, she humiliated me in front of her boss, her friends, and strangers I barely knew. I felt my face burn. For a second, I thought about walking out. But something inside me, the part that had endured years of small jabs, quiet disrespect, and harmless jokes, finally broke. I smiled, calm and cold, and said, "You're right. He was bigger. That's why he couldn't stay. Too much ego, not enough depth." The laughter died instantly. Her smile froze. The table fell silent. Rick nearly choked on his drink. Her boss stared at the table like he wanted to vanish. I leaned back, still smiling, and added, "And I guess that's why you ended up with me. I had enough patience to deal with your immaturity." Then I raised my glass and said, "To small things, they last longer." Her face went pale. She tried to laugh it off, mumbling that she was just joking, but the damage was done. The mood in the room had completely changed. People whispered, avoided eye contact. Even the waiter looked uneasy as he refilled glasses. I saw it then, the regret in her eyes, that sharp realization of crossing a line that can't be erased. I never raised my voice. I didn't need to. My calm spoke louder than anger ever could. After a moment, I stood, placed a few bills on the table, and said, "Enjoy the rest of the night, everyone. I'll leave you to your jokes." I walked out into the cool night air, my hands shaking slightly, not from weakness, but from finally letting it all go. For years, I'd been her emotional punching bag, teased for not being fun enough, spontaneous enough, wild enough. But standing there under the streetlights, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: peace. I got into my car, drove home, and packed a small bag. When she stumbled in later, eyes red and voice trembling, I was already at the door. "You're really leaving over a joke?" she asked, her voice cracking. I looked at her and said quietly, "No, I'm leaving because it wasn't a joke. It was the truth you finally said out loud." She began to cry, reaching for me, begging me to talk. "You're overreacting. Please. It was stupid." I shook my head. "No, Emma. It was honest. You showed everyone how little respect you have for me, and I can't stay married to someone who turns my worth into a punchline." I walked past her, leaving behind a house that had once felt like home, but had become a stage for her performances. She followed me onto the porch, crying, shouting, trying to pull me back. I didn't look back. I got into my car and drove away. 2 weeks later, I filed for divorce. She called, texted, even showed up at my office once. Tears, apologies, promises. But something inside me was already shut down. When respect dies, love doesn't last long. I focused on myself, started going to the gym, took a new job, and eventually moved into a small apartment that felt more like home than the large, empty house we'd shared. Her friends reached out a few times, saying she wasn't the same anymore, that she was quiet, withdrawn, full of regret. I never replied.